What's up, y'all? It's Live Media. Live Media is back. The dynamic duo is back. Hey, man, it's your boy Cheesito, Big Cheesito. Hey, you got Ricky Dos. Hey, we got to keep it.
The man,
We got
man, the guy who y'all came here to see.
we
Number
got to
two
keep
is
it.
back.
We got to keep it. We got to keep it spicy. We're gonna keep it spicy. Um, NFL honors. It was award time. The hardware right before the Super Bowl. That's how they do it. You got most valuable player. You got offensive player of the year. You got defense player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, defense rookie of the year, comeback player of the year, coach of the year, assistant coach of the year, and then the Walter Payton man of the year. And then they also do the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2025. So we just gonna dig right into it. So you want to start with the big one first, or you want to work our way up?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, hey, however you want to go. Go ahead.
We'll start off with the offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley. Amazing year, amazing. Got so many highlights, uh, big runs, 40-yard runs. You got that hurdle on the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got he can catch out the backfield. He just a do it all back, man. He blocked, he run, he catch. Shoot, he might can throw. Shoot, because he surely can hurdle.
And he solidified everything by beating my boys. But first running back in the postseason with 400 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. So he came into the postseason and continued what he was doing from the regular season. He finished third in MVP voting. I think we all kind of knew most of these awards. I feel like the person I thought was going to win won, except it was only one surprise one for me. So whenever we get to that, we'll talk about it. But well deserved, man. Great season. Should have broke the record, but the 17 games thing said everybody. And if they win the Super Bowl, it was all worth it.
We're gonna move on to the defensive player of the year. Patrick Surtain.
So
first corner to win it since Stephon Gilmore.
That was the surprising one to me. It's hard to judge a cornerback season because you kind of just judge it against how much yards they let up, if they let up any touchdowns and stuff like that. But the reason it's hard to judge is because, offensive coordinators will just move one receiver to the other side of the field or send them in motion, mix it up so that some catches that should be on him ain't really on him. But Patrick Surtain, I think, is universally agreed he's the best corner in the league. Well deserved. He played great for Denver. Always PS2, man. Shout out to him.
All right, then we're gonna move on to the offensive rookie of the year. Your quarterback.
The main man. Jaydendaniels. JD5. As y'all know, I made a video, y'all, a couple of weeks ago about Jaydendaniels, man. Washington fans, we floating, we flying high right now. Well deserved. I know people tried to mix in a little Bo Nix and Brock. Shout out to Brock Bowers, who had an amazing season as a rookie tight end. You can't take that away from him. But Jaydendaniels was the clear-cut answer. Turn the franchise around overnight. Gotta love it.
Then we gonna move on to the next one. You got defensive rookie of the year, Jared Verse.
Yeah, Jared Verse, well deserved. Explosive play, great on a Rams defense that was underrated. They made a playoff run that was solid. Jared Verse is only gonna go up from here. I think he's a future DPOY. I think he's a future 15, 16 sack guy. Didn't believe in him much coming out of Florida State. I knew he had the explosion and stuff, but me, Cheese. I gotta see the stats equal the what they talking about. I don't believe in getting a 2-sack guy in college, but saying he got all the tools. I don't believe in that. So for him to put it all together, shout out to Jared Verse. Well deserved. I did that.
Comeback player of the year. Now this one, it didn't surprise me because he had an amazing year. High yardage, high touchdown, low interception ratio. Joe Burrow.
I knew he was going to be the comeback player of the year. I just don't like the way they do that award at all. Because
I'll list the candidates this time. So J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, DeMar Hamlin, and then Sam Darnold.
Right. I mean,
I believe this time around it should have went to DeMar Hamlin. only because what happened to him, but he didn't play really that following season. But this season, he's inserted into the starting lineup and he's making the tackle, he's breaking up passes, he's doing everything you would expect your starting safety to do. But then for him to be on the to have to be on the bench, be a bench player, be a special teams guy, his tragedy happened to him. He recovered. He recovered that following year. Then the following year, he do his thing. I think this time around, he should have got the award.
Yeah, but that's why I say I don't like the way the award is done because they're not they're not taking any of that into context. It's like if you got hurt and you missed over a certain amount of games, you're eligible for it the next year. And Joe Burrow stats wise could have been offensive. He was in the offensive player of the year voting. So he
Yeah.
was definitely going to win this. And that's the thing. They need to set better parameters is what I'll say for that award. Cause it's like, if you miss a full season and come back, that's different than if you got hurt and you missed 6 games or you missed 8 games.
I mean, shoot, you could have given it to Sam Darnold. I mean, for him to get the opportunity that he got, just thinking that he was just going to be a bench player, a backup quarterback. Your starter go down, and then now all of a sudden you got Sam Darnold taking the Vikings into like a whole nother stratosphere. So he, you know, he got a strong case. J.K. Dobbins got a strong case. Christian got. I mean, they all got a strong case. I mean, you
Right.
got to give it to somebody.
Depending on how you look at the award, anybody could really, you know what I'm saying? That's really what it boiled down to. That's why I say that award is weird. But
Yeah. All right. Coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota Vikings. You
well
had Dan
deserved.
Campbell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid. Um, Honestly, nobody thought the Vikings would have been doing this.
The Vikings, well, I assumed they was gonna be a middle of the pack team because they kind of had a middle of a pack roster. So I saw them winning 9-10 games. You know, the getting all the way to 14 was the what I didn't see. But I'm not in the boat where I thought the Vikings were gonna be sorry. I thought they had too much weapons on offense. And they had too much solid defensive players for them to be bad. The Vikings are never really bad. They're always in the
Yeah,
mix.
yeah,
So, but Kevin O'Connell, that's well deserved. I think he had the most surprising one. Dan Quinn obviously deserved to be up there too with how Washington turned around. The Andy Reid one, he not like if they went undefeated, he'd have probably won it, but he not gonna really get that much
yeah.
unless So
Assistant coach of the year, new head coach of the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson,
he
Detroit
was.
Lions.
I expected him to win too because he was the most talked about name. I I would put Kellen Moore up there. Lee and Cohen took that job too. Those were also some good candidates, but I figured that everybody was talking about Ben Johnson. The Lions didn't disappoint. They scored a lot of points. They led the team. They led the league in scoring, so that's rightfully so.
Then we got the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. The only highlight of the Jacksonville Jaguars season, Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead is a guy I like. Been a fan of him when he got drafted to San Fran. I mean that Walter. I appreciate NFL players that take that seriously because that's a big time award, man. To like get back to the community, be in the community, doing your thing. That and it. In order to win that too, you have to have a certain level of play on the field as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to him for that, man. I know Bobby was in the running for it too. But
He was.
yeah, for sure, man.
Uh,
That's a big time award that don't get highlighted enough.
it doesn't. So we can get to the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2025. I'm going to read the 5 names that got selected, and then I'm going to read the entire list after. So you got Eric Allen, cornerback from 1988 to 2001. You got Jared Allen, defensive end from 2004 to 2015. Antonio Gates, tight end from 2003 to 2018. Then we got Sterling Sharp from 1988 to 1994. And then to round out the rest of the list of candidates that were in the running, it was Willie Anderson, Jari Evans, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Steve Smith Jr., Terrell Suggs, Fred Taylor, Adam Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne, Darren Woodson, and then Marshall Yanda to round out the list.
Marshall Yonder from Baltimore, right? Used to
Yeah,
play he used to play tackle or something for Baltimore. The thing about that list, right? So the first five names are the five people that automatically got in, right?
yeah,
Okay, so Sterling Sharp started off first things first. Ben deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, but he had a short career, and they got to come up with a standard saying, hey, you at
yeah.
least they need to say you got to at least play a certain amount of years, make a certain amount of Pro Bowls or something, because players like him who were great, he was great for 7 years, one of the few players to win the Triple Crown. Was definitely competing with Jerry Rice to be the best receiver in the league while he was playing. His got
Mm-hmm.
cut short, right? But then you take a player like Antonio Gates, who was acknowledged as a great tight end, but has more longevity awards than I was the best tight end in the league. You got 2 seasons where Sterling Sharp could say I was the best receiver in the league.
I think you got two. I think you got like 1 or 2 seasons where you be like, "Hey, Antonio, you might have been the best," and that's crazy saying you might have been the best
Well,
versus
for
I
Sterling,
know I was the
it
best.
was hands down. You win the
Yeah.
Triple Crown, you're the best receiver that year.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah.
so um So I mean, Jared Allen. First of all, let me shout to Jared Allen. You know, my boy used to do the little rock and roll thing when he get the sack. Rock and roll, Jared Allen. Jared Allen definitely deserved it. He was a great edge guy. So he deserves to be in. Um, Shout out to Eric Allen. I didn't follow his career about so much. I know who he is. I would have to look up some more about him. But the thing I say about Antonio Gates is that like it's kind of like a basketball conversation where you got that player who you ask yourself, if we look back, we could say they were the best player in the league, probably in this season or that season. But when you really kind of flatten line it, you're like, this player, then it was that player, then it was Gronk, so then it was Tony Gonzalez, and then you kind of just say, maybe he could have had it for a
Yeah.
year or two, but he
Yeah.
never really took the mantle because it was somebody else just coming in the next year. So I mean, don't get me wrong, he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. I'm just comparing their two careers where one player was a top 3 player at his position his whole 7 years, and then you got another player who was always top 10. Maybe he was top 3 certain years, but he was always top 10. He just did it for a long time. But you named a bunch of
Yeah.
people like Fred need to be in, Vinatieri need
Oh
to be in.
man, listen, Vinatieri should have been in there. I don't know what's going on.
Um,
Champion, Super Bowl champion, all time kicker, all time league history kicker. Like he should have been in.
yeah, that it's a list of people where that's whack. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's a lot of man, dang, that's whack.
I mean, we got the whole them right there to say that's whack. But we
Yeah,
gonna get to the most. We get to the big one right now.
okay,
Most valuable player, the MVP.
right.
In the times, so I was looking on ESPN this morning and said it was like this has been the closest race in first place voting since 2003. Lamar Jackson had 23 first place votes. Josh Allen had 27 first place votes. And that made all the difference. Those 4 votes right there made all the difference.
Right,
Josh Allen, MVP 2025. Well,
right.
2024 MVP. I
Uh,
mean, I so the out of the list is got Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. I mean, in my personal opinion, that was the surprise of the night. Uh, if you would compare MVP seasons that Lamar already had, first it was more rushing. It was like, okay, he's super explosive, super athletic. He carried a team with his legs. Something we haven't seen since Mike Vick. Um, Something we haven't seen really ever really uh, since Cam um, carrying the team with his legs. They said that year. Next year he went. Oh, the passing was just astronomical. He was much better as a passer. Yeah, he still was a runner, but he was much better as a passer. But then you get to this one, he is an even much better passer this time around. Less
mhm.
interceptions, more touchdowns. Most touchdowns he's thrown in his career he don't win it.
Right. So I'm this might be shocking. I think they made the right pick. Josh Allen was the MVP for me because I think people have to you can't just use Lamar Jackson compared to himself. You gotta use Lamar Jackson compared to other people that won it in certain years. Because the first time Lamar won it, his stats weren't great. But when he was playing against other big games, he showed up and capitalized in those games. I think the
Yeah.
MVP should be an award that is somewhat based on stats, but we need to get back to the time where Lawrence Taylor won the MVP because it was a time where, yes, he had the stats, but the impact of what he just did changed the game. Josh Allen takes the wind out of a team with one of those 3rd-and-10 runs because it isn't like a Lamar 3rd-and-10 run where he scamble and when he scamper. It's a I'm coming up there and I'm gonna lay the boom and I'm gonna get the extra 2 yards and we're gonna get the first down. And now that team is demoralized. The safety and pain, he aching. He like, man, I want to hurt my ribs.
I mean, I guess I would say we all thought, well, not we all. Well, a lot of people thought that the Bills this year was supposed to be a rebuild year.
Right. He lost every top tier weapon, and Lamar gained them. And so when you look at the Bills, you don't even like. Let's use Patrick Surtain for example, right? You don't take Patrick Surtain and say, "Hey, I want you to shadow Keon Coleman." But you might say that for Zay Flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's the player wasn't there around him. And even though I had James Cook in fantasy, bro, James Cook, but he had nowhere near a season Derrick Henry had. So when you take everything into account, and then we talk about defense, the Ravens had like 7 Pro Bowlers on defense, bro. Kyle Hamilton made it.
Yeah.
What? Marlon Humphrey, Roquan, Justin Mbuke. Come on, bro. Like when you compare the rosters pound for pound, I understand why he was considered the most valuable player. But that's also a thing. Like I say, Cheese, hey, they just gotta tell me the rules. You tell me the rules, I'll abide by it.
Right. Man, all right, man. Shoot. It was NFL Honors last night. We got through every major award. We got through the Man of the Year award. I think this was a pretty good episode. We kind of ran kind of long. We didn't mean to for it, guys, but we just had there's some things that we had to get off our minds that we was just thinking over the past couple hours. With that being said, we could try to get you some more content really soon. We didn't really mean to leave y'all for that long. Y'all get us in the comments. Y'all tell us who's y'all MVP, who's y'all old boy, D boy, rookie of the year. Y'all let us know in the comments. Y'all let us know what you want to hear next. Is it NBA? Is it baseball? Is it hockey? Is it soccer? Is it badminton, tennis, ping pong, pickleball? Let me know. Let us know in the comments. Hey, for Cheesito, it's Ricky Dose. We Live Media, and we gone, baby.